Want to know everything about cat behavior? In this video from Cute Pet Love, we bring a compilation of strange cat behaviors with explanations. We start by analyzing why your cat licks you and then bites you. Well, it's not always easy to understand what our cat wants to say, so it's very important to consult those articles on ethology or the veterinarian to clear up any doubts and, above all, to pay close attention to their body language. There's no single way to interpret cat licks, much less bites. In this video, we will explain what it means when they are together. Before unraveling this mystery, don't forget to subscribe here on the Cute Pet Love channel so you don't miss upcoming videos about cats, dogs, and other animals. Why do cats lick? When a cat licks us, especially if it licks our hair, it is performing a grooming behavior as if we were another cat. This is a very positive social behavior that manifests a good bond with the owner and the desire to make them feel more comfortable. Cats also lick as a sign of affection, but excessive and incessant licking can mean that something is not going well and is an indication of stress and anxiety. Just like with licking, a bite can have several meanings. Is it playing or angry? Angry or scared cats demonstrate very expressive body language, tense, rigid, and bristled, accompanied by hisses, warning meows, and arched backs. This type of bite has nothing to do with those playful bites that usually happen when they get out of control. There are also warning bites for us to stop bothering or petting them, and those bites that are a sign of affection, which are generally more controlled and repetitive. Some cats may bite after licking us as a warning sign for us to stop petting them. Others may do it as a sign of affection, and a third group may do it as part of a sequence that involves grooming. When cats groom each other, they lick and nibble to perform complete hygiene and grooming. So it would be quite normal for our partner to bite us during a grooming session. This is completely normal and typical of them and is not a negative behavior. But it may happen that this bite hurts us. So what should we do? The first thing to emphasize is that under no circumstances should we scold them, since our cat is performing social behavior, even if it's not very pleasant. How should we act when they bite us? Ideally, after the bite, we need to stop petting or paying attention to them. If we are consistent and always follow this pattern, over time, the cat will associate the bite with the end of the play or petting session and will stop doing it. But you also shouldn't forget to reinforce good behaviors with a well done or pets. Now you know why your cat licks you and then bites you. But has it ever happened to you to see your cat knocking things off the table or a piece of furniture onto the floor? Let's see what causes this behavior. They obstruct their path. Cats walk wherever they want, and if they find something blocking their way, they will remove it from their path. Avoiding obstacles is not their thing. Moreover, this is much more common in cats that are a bit overweight because they have more difficulty moving or jumping. In this case, the best thing you can do is to remove everything from places where your cat usually walks. And of course, if your cat is overweight, follow an exercise routine and take care of their diet so they lose weight. Boredom. If your cat is bored because they don't release all their energy playing and exercising during the day, they might decide to destroy your house. Besides scratching and climbing everywhere, it's quite likely that they will also knock down everything they find along the way just for fun. To stop them from knocking things down out of boredom or fun, you'll need to play with them more. You can leave more toys and even prepare a play area for them to get distracted, to get your attention. Yes, this might seem a bit strange, but knocking things down is a normal way for your cat to get your attention. They know that every time they knock something down, you always go to see what happened, so they do it because it's the most effective way to get your attention. If you notice that your cat has knocked something down and is looking at you waiting for your reaction, ignore them and continue what you were doing. Of course, besides ignoring them, you also need to spend more time with them. Pet them, play with them, and this way, they will get the attention they need without destroying anything, and you'll create an even stronger bond. Now let's look at the 5 reasons why cats need. Do you know the explanation? Cats start kneading shortly after birth. They practice this instinctive behavior around their mother's nipples to stimulate the production of colostrum and later milk. How do they do it? They exert pressure while spreading their little paws to extend their retractable claws and then close them again. The kittens continue kneading this ventral area until weaning, around 3 weeks of age. This is a gradual process when the cat begins to reject the kittens while they become increasingly interested in drinking water and consuming animal protein. When they grow up, there are several theories that can explain why a cat needs. Some of them are when they are happy. Kneading, purring, or meowing are considered early-stage behaviors of cats. And the truth is that cats associate this in a positive way, so they keep doing it when they feel comfortable or happy. Even in adulthood, kneading is a comforting behavior that also appears when the cat is experiencing physical and emotional well-being, emotional bond. Why do cats also do this with people and not just other cats? Well, remember that when cats are properly socialized with people, they also greatly enjoy human company. So when they are relaxed and comfortable with someone they like, it is very likely that they will also need as a way of showing affection. They may even do this with dogs and other pets when there has been good socialization. To rest better. You may have observed this behavior in other situations, such as when the cat is away from the company of other animals and people, for example, before sleeping. Here again, we are confronted with that instinctive behavior that pregnant cats usually exhibit when preparing the nest for their kittens. But this can also happen with cats that are not pregnant, whether male or female. When they are on a surface they do not find comfortable. So if you have seen your cat needing a blanket, or even you, it's just for them to feel more comfortable in that particular spot. Stretching. It's no secret that cats love to stretch and work all their muscles, even when they are on top of you or on a couch. The kitty takes advantage of this opportunity to stretch after resting or as a sign of satisfaction. Marking with pheromones. Synthetic pheromones are becoming increasingly popular to appease and generate well-being among cats. But did you know that cats also emit their own pheromones? These animals secrete these chemical compounds through certain glands to communicate with other individuals of their species. It's very likely that if you have several cats and one of them needs as part of marking their territory, the others will know that you belong to them. They may also do this by rubbing their cheeks, chin, mouth, whiskers, and paws on you. Did you know that cats need for these reasons? Now let's see why some cats sleep in the litter box. Does your cat do this? Understand the reasons and how to correct it. Is your cat sick? A cat that doesn't feel well and needs to go to the litter box more often than usual may choose to lie next to it or directly inside the litter box to avoid running out or urinating outside if they can't hold it. You need to pay attention if the cat urinates more frequently than normal, has difficulty urinating or defecating, and also if the color and consistency of the urine or feces are usual. If you notice any changes in the cat's bowel movements or behavior, such as being too quiet, this is probably the reason why they lie in the litter box. In this case, it is essential to consult the veterinarian to examine the kitty. They like to lie in the litter box. Many cats lie in the litter box simply because they like it. They feel comfortable and safe. This happens especially when there is more than one litter box in the house or if it's always kept clean. Remember that cats are very hygienic animals and would only do this by preference if the place is clean. Besides, if their bed is uncomfortable and they don't have another surface to lie on, the litter box may be the best option for resting. But know that it is not appropriate to let the cat sleep in the litter box. It is important to provide a bed or another comfortable and safe surface for them to sleep on and place them in strategic places in the house that they might like, such as quiet corners or high places. For this, placing some cardboard boxes or blankets on secure shelves can be an excellent solution to prevent the cat from lying in the litter box, suffers from stress, and seeks a safe place. A stressed cat tends to change its behavior, becoming more nervous, susceptible, aggressive, or performing actions they didn't do before, like lying in the litter box. The arrival of a new human or animal member to the house, a move, or any change in their daily routine, no matter how small, are factors that can stress them out. In their mind, what better place to isolate themselves than where their smell is, and besides, almost no one goes there. If you suspect this might be the reason your cat sleeps in the litter box, try to find out what caused the stress and take action to change it. Give them some toys, a blanket, or an object they like to create new spaces that give them security and help them relax. They are marking territory. In some situations, such as the arrival of a new cat at home, Your kitty might feel its territory is threatened. This can result in spraying urine around the house and even lying in the litter box. If you notice this change after bringing a new pet home, it's a matter of time until they start to get used to each other's presence. You should provide an individual bed and litter box for each cat, as well as food and water bowls. Little by little, your cat will understand that their territory is no longer under threat and will start sleeping in their bed again. Cats are great hunters, so their favorite game is to replicate hunting sequences by chasing and biting their prey. During play, the cat's behavior can become very intense in terms of using their mouth and claws, especially for those who are not properly socialized or were separated early from their mothers. However, during play, the cat does not intend to cause harm. If the feline is too rough while playing, avoid using your hands directly to play with them. It's better to use feather dusters, strings, balls, or any other object they can chase and capture. It's also a good idea to provide them with a climbing tower or interactive toys. They show you their love. If the cat nibbles you while licking you, they are performing an affiliative behavior where they show the attachment they feel for you, taking care of you and giving little bites. If they don't hurt you, the ideal is to allow them to do so, as this behavior strengthens the bond between the two of you. Now, if these nibbles are annoying or you prefer to avoid them, just gently separate your hand or move away from the cat so they stop the behavior without reprimanding or pushing them. They are asking for space. This behavior doesn't necessarily need to be accompanied by aggressive behavior, as the cat can be perfectly relaxed while expressing their desire to be alone. They don't want to be petted. Does the feline suddenly bite you when they are relaxed? This behavior is very common in felines, and they do it simply as a way of telling us that they no longer want to continue receiving our caresses, either because they don't like it or because we are touching an area they don't like to be petted. Avoid petting areas like the belly or legs. Always make gentle movements in the direction of the fur and not force physical contact with them. They become aggressive or defensive. Another reason why cats may bite and voluntarily attack another individual is to defend a territory, resource, or themselves. During a conflict, the feline assumes a tense posture, puts their ears back, stands up, rapidly moves their tail from side to side, hisses, shows their teeth, or throws their paws in the air, among many other behaviors. If you notice signs of aggression in the feline, it's best to leave them alone and not force them to interact, as they are likely very scared or feel some kind of pain. If this is the case, the first thing you should do is go to the vet to rule out any illness or pathology. After that, contact a feline ethologist specialized in behavior change. Continuing with strange cat behaviors, now let's talk about why your cat passes between your legs. If your cat often does this, pay attention. When cats pass between our legs, we may think they are caressing us because this is one of the ways humans express affection. But in reality, what cats are doing in this case is simply rubbing against our legs. They usually start by rubbing their ankles with the side of their head, then with their body, and finally, they wrap their tail around our leg. This can also be accompanied by a trembling tail or a purr. The importance of this is actually the act of rubbing and not passing between the legs. You may have already noticed that in some situations, besides rubbing against you, they also rub against objects like their bed or scratching post, or even corners of the wall, repeating this behavior with you. When cats rub against something or someone, they are trying to make contact with their entire body. This happens because cats have what we call pheromone glands on their cheeks, chin, soles, back, base of the tail, as well as the anal and genital glands. When these glands are clean, they secrete pheromones, which are molecules that, when adhering to objects, leave the cat's individual odor. Although we humans can't perceive anything with our sense of smell, cats use pheromones as a message to other cats thanks to their much more developed sense. The vomeronasal organ plays a fundamental role in this process. It's a small duct located between the roof of the palate and the nasal duct present in some animal species, with cells specialized in capturing pheromones. This olfactory information is transmitted to their brain. So when the cat rubs against you, passing between your legs or headbutting you, they are actually marking the intention to communicate to other cats that you belong to them. Don't miss it. Our feline companions need to have everything under control to feel comfortable and protected. That's why they mark territory with their scent, showing strange cats that they shouldn't come close. The same thing happens when you come home from outside, and the first thing they do is rub against your legs, happily passing that familiar scent to them again. They also do this in social groups of cats, sharing pheromones among themselves, grooming and rubbing heads to indicate this participation in the group. This marking, therefore, is an indication of well-being because it shows that the animal feels safe in that environment and with those people. If they felt in a hostile environment or noticed any change in the house, they might stop marking and start showing behaviors reflecting this insecurity, trying to find refuge, excessively licking themselves, and even stopping eating. So this is not a sign of affection. Well, the fact that a cat walks between our legs does not mean they simply want to mark us as their property. But it is also an indication that they like you very much because, for your feline friend, you provide their daily needs and give them physical and emotional security. And it may be that many times you have even associated this behavior thinking they always want to ask you for something with it, like food or affection. The truth is that they may have learned through an association of cause and effect that rubbing against your legs results in you filling their bowl with food or giving them affection. So in the end, it became a habit and a form of communication between you two. Now that you know why your cat walks between your legs, let's explain why they sleep on top of you. The most common reasons are because they want to feel safe, especially when sleeping at night. They lower their guard and increase their chances of being attacked by any predator, so they seek safety on top of their human. This way, they also receive warmth, comfort, and security to sleep peacefully. Another explanation is that they miss you and want to spend time with you, especially if you spend a lot of time away from home at work during the day. Cats need the love and care of their humans, and although cats can sleep on any part of your body, they often choose to sleep right on our heads. There are 3 explanations for why they might have this habit. The first is because many people are more restless and move a lot while sleeping. This also disturbs the cat's sleep, so they decide to sleep on the head where they can rest without being hit. The second reason is because of your scent. As we already know, cats are very territorial, so your feline feels safer smelling you, your pleasant and familiar scent. And before continuing, don't forget to subscribe to the Animal Channel to not miss the next videos about feline behavior, veterinary advice, and other content. And finally, the third reason is for your warmth. Cats are more cold-blooded because they have a different body temperature than ours, so they always look for the warmest places to sleep. And many people might think that sleeping with cats is harmful because they spend a lot of time outside the house and can infect you with diseases. This is not 100% true. If your cat goes outside, you need to take care of their health and also be aware of any changes to take them to the vet. That's why we recommend you always keep your cat clean, with the vaccination and deworming schedule up to date. And if you fulfill this responsibility, you can sleep peacefully with your cat without problems. Although there are things cats love, like rubbing against our legs or sleeping with us, there is something they hate, having their paws touched. But why does this happen? Let's find out now. Cats have many nerves in their paws, and although their pads are resistant, they can be damaged if the feline steps on something sharp at home or on the street. Their nerve pathways will be activated and they will feel a lot of pain. That's why when you approach their paws, they push you away and even attack to avoid more pain in that region. They want to protect their claws. Inside their toes are their claws, which are a treasure for cats as they use them to defend themselves. They take great care of them and hide them with great dedication. Felines do not usually trust our intentions, despite being their tutors and giving them affection every day. They don't want to accept you. If the person approaching their paws is a stranger, someone they don't like, or makes them uneasy, the cat can become stressed or annoyed and therefore avoid contact. When someone touches their paws, the smell of that person stays on them, and your feline doesn't want that person to be welcome in their home. Rejecting them is a way of saying they don't want them there. Trauma. If your cat went through a traumatic period that caused a lot of pain in their paws, or was run over and operated on because of a fracture, they will certainly be more sensitive and avoid any contact, remembering what they went through. This is a case that needs to be observed and studied so that the tutor can be patient and regain the cat's trust. Are you noticing this behavior in your feline? Do you want to find a way for them to stop rejecting you when you want to touch their paws? Try to follow these tips, even if your feline does not have any trauma. Don't force your pet to be close to you. Allow them to do things at their own pace and offer them a safe and trusting environment. Avoid forcing the situation. If you want to get closer, you can do it step by step with some snack. Cats love to be rewarded, and they will understand that your approach is not a threat. Cut their claws from an early age. This way, the feline will understand that it's a normal thing and will trust you more every day. If your cat is an adult and you want to teach them this habit, you need to take them calmly and slowly, gaining their trust. Be patient and don't lose hope. In extreme cases, we recommend contacting a veterinarian to help you with some techniques to make your pet more comfortable with their paws. If you liked the video, give it a like, share it with friends who also have cats, and subscribe to our channel. See you next time.